Old tea leaves transformed into deodorizing pods.
Used cooking oil converted into biodiesel for campus vehicles.
10 new employees hired by an Aboriginal entrepreneur.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angela, and presenting with me today are Nathan, Meg, and Vincent. We are
Enactus UBC.
Our chapter of Enactus currently operates 6 different projects that are positively impacting the lives of our local community in areas ranging from financial literacy, entrepreneurial education, environmental sustainability, and even public speaking workshops to promote self-confidence.
The 3 projects that our presentation will be focused on today are Spend It Right, a hands-on educational project that aims to improve the financial sustainability and entrepreneurial skills of high school students across the Greater Vancouver District.
Green Pursuit, an environmentalism project that aims to transform used cooking oil into biodiesel at a large scale. And Instart, a pro bono consulting service that provides lasting solutions to Indigenous entrepreneurs. Was the increase in the size of the Canadian Aboriginal population from 2006 to 2011.
$16,000. This is the average income disparity in Canada between Aboriginals and non-Aboriginals aged 24 and older.
63%. This is the percentage of Aboriginal students in British Columbia who graduated with a high school diploma in 2015. Although this is a record high number, there is still a 20% gap from non-Aboriginal students.
The Aboriginal community is growing, yet poor access to education along with economic barriers continues to deny opportunities. We are all Canadians, and it is time to reassess the communities that we are empowering and rethink the Canada that we are envisioning.
Instart is a student-run consulting service partnered with the Chinook Aboriginal Mentorship Program, or AMP, one of the largest Aboriginal entrepreneurship diploma program in BC. Looking to capitalize on the growing numbers of students, Instart saw an opportunity to help graduates jumpstart their businesses.
Currently in our pilot year with a team of 5 consultants, we're using our business acumen to help Aboriginal entrepreneurs strengthen their business toolkits while building the confidence that they need as business people. Our mission is to economically empower aspiring Aboriginal entrepreneurs by providing the business know-how needed in overcoming the initial barriers when achieving their business goals.
Meet Corey, a graduate from the Aboriginal Mentorship Program. Aside from being a single mother working full-time at an auto repair shop, Corey is also the CEO of her own hot sauce business, Intrigue Sauce Company.
Like a majority of the graduates from the mentorship program, Corey had difficulties transitioning out of the program into applying concepts to continue growing her business. This is where Instart stepped in. We were able to bring Intrigue through a phenomenal transformative process, and today we're going to give you a peek into how we help Corey grow her business. This is Corey's story.
Digitally, we help Corey reinvent her online platform by introducing a new customer-facing web interface, a stronger back-end inventory management system, and online payment capabilities. We then worked with Corey to evaluate her marketing mix, guiding her through a brand redesign process. We leveraged in-story promotions and helped Corey expand into 5 new stores with over 400 new customers.
Our consultants also taught Corey the business know-how to renegotiate her supplier contracts and reduce costs by 20%. We also helped Corey integrate the acquisition of fast-lane deliveries to grow her distribution network.
With our support, Intrigue has expanded from a single unit business to 10 new employees, a commercial kitchen, a fleet of 3 delivery trucks, and a much stronger local supplier network. Out of our 10 employees, 4 of them are of Aboriginal descent, and Corey is currently seeking to create more employment opportunities in her community. And now, let's hear it from Corey herself.
The impact that Instart consultants have had so far on me is the growth and expansion of my company. The Instart program has empowered me to become the strongest Aboriginal woman in my community.
Today, we heard the story of how we empowered Corey, but there are countless more stories in the community to be heard. We're currently in talks with the AMP to add 3 more Aboriginal entrepreneurs to our client portfolio. Ultimately, Instart wants to provide quality services to a broader spectrum of Indigenous clients. This allows us to empower Aboriginal entrepreneurs to create more prosperous communities.
It is hard to imagine that less than 200 years ago, our vibrant city of Vancouver was founded upon the land of the Musqueam Aboriginal community. However, with rising sea levels, rates of natural disasters, and atmospheric carbon dioxide, preserving our environment is more important than ever. Green Pursuit is our chapter's keystone project to create a positive impact on our local environment.
56,000 hectares. This is the area of forest cover Canadians lost due to deforestation in 2005.
15.7 tons. This is the annual carbon footprint of the average Canadian.
722 megatons. This was Canada's total greenhouse gas emissions in 2015.
The Earth is our home, our only home. Saving the environment isn't an issue anymore. It is a survival truth. This is where Green Pursuit Story begins, a project that promotes innovative sustainability. Our goal is to convert used cooking oil from UBC Food Services into commercial-grade biodiesel. In order to ensure that our project grows to become a self-sustaining enterprise, we need to purchase an automated processor.
After extensive research, we selected the BioPro 190, an automated biodiesel processor that we found to be safe, user-friendly, and efficient. It is capable of transforming used cooking oil waste produced by UBC's on-campus restaurants into commercial-grade biodiesel.
With the BioPro 190, we are able to create a financially sustainable enterprise that is projected to convert 43,000 liters of used cooking oil waste into 500 tanks of biodiesel fuel annually. We have negotiated to sell these tanks of fuel to UBC Fleet Services, which would power 20% of their on-campus service vehicles.
To pay for the new processor, our business associates secured over $24,000 in grant funding from 3M Canada, UBC Student Environment Center, and UBC AMS Sustainability. Thanks to these fundings, we now have more than enough money to purchase the $14,000 BioPro 190 processor.
In addition, our biochemistry associates constructed lab procedures to upcycle the glycerin byproduct into hand soap for on-campus use, thus making our operation a zero-waste process. In total, our project is estimated to reduce carbon dioxide emission by over 100,000 kilograms.
Green Pursuit is an interdisciplinary project that allows engineering and science students to bridge their technical skills with their passion for business. Many of our science associates express that being involved with Green Pursuit has allowed them to practice the skills that they have acquired in university for the first time.
As a science undergrad myself, I am constantly reminded by my professors about the menacing global problems we face today, such as climate change. Although we are given the knowledge and the technical skills to potentially take on these problems, many of us lack the tools and resources to implement ideas and create tangible impacts.
Enactus UBC teams up our science and engineering students with members in the Sauder School of Business. This year, our brilliant associates of Green Pursuit created standard operating procedures for our entire operation and developed a partnership with the chemical engineering faculty to secure lab space for our new processor. $24,000 were required to advance our initiative.
We believe that this year was only the tip of the iceberg for our project. With future success operating on campus, our plan is to reach out to a broader community. Our associates have already communicated the idea of our project to the restaurant Cactus Club Co-Harbor, less than a block away from where we are presenting currently. Their interest in our project has given our members the confidence that Green Pursuit will grow to become the largest sustainability project to be run by students at UBC.
The time for change is now.
Now, imagine yourself as a grade 12 student living in Vancouver, and you're unsure about where the next chapter of your life will take you. You've never had any opportunities at school to hone your leadership or to create any social impact. Graduation is fast approaching. You're not only worried about qualifications for admissions due to the lack of extracurriculars, but you're also concerned about how you'll be able to handle a pricey university education.
20%. This is the shocking percentage of children living in Vancouver below the poverty line today.
63%. This is the percentage of employees aged 18 to 29 who find it difficult to meet their financial obligations if their paycheck were delayed by even 1 week.
$27,000. This is the average amount of student debt in BC upon graduating university.
Our next project was born from a realization that Vancouver youth do not have the financial literacy education or empowerment opportunities to sustain themselves in one of Canada's most expensive cities to live in.
10 student-led teams.
28 university mentors.
60 interactive workshops.
250 hours of commitment.
200 high school mentees.
$2,500 in revenue.
Through an unconventional approach to promoting sustainability. This is Spend It Right.
Spend It Right aims to provide high school students with the fundamental knowledge of business, which they use to create their mini social enterprise and generate real impact in their communities. Throughout this year, we conducted 60 workshops covering essential topics such as accounting, marketing, finance, and sustainability.
Furthermore, we empowered the students to create businesses that transform resources otherwise perceived as waste into 100% eco-friendly and upcycled products. We provided them with a $100 microloan, aiming to create financially literate youth. This loan emulates the credit cards and significant student loans that these high school students will be applying for a year or two in their future.
After researching the aroma of coffee and stress relief, one of our participating high schools, Hamburg Secondary, created stress-relieving candles using upcycled wax and coffee beans. They took sustainability to the next level as they used recycled cardboard to create their product packaging.
Another participant high school, McNeil Secondary, took the first step in educating youth. These high school students implemented a pilot program to educate 2 elementary school classrooms in basic financial literacy and sustainable business practices.
Then, at the end of this 5-month program, students had the opportunity to pitch their mini social enterprise to a panel of judges and an audience of over 200. Through these presentations, students gained an insight about the significance of combining money management along with a variety of other skills in creating a profitable and socially impactful business.
Remember that troubled high school student? That photo of me was taken just a year ago when I was still in grade 12. When I first participated in Spend It Right, I was also hired at my first part-time job in a fast food chain. And although I was working at minimum wage, Spend It Right taught me to value the money that I earned and to actually save it for the future. I went through the whole process and learned so much about how businesses and money managing works. My experience with Spend It Right solidified my decision to pursue business in university. I am now mentoring high school students and emphasizing the importance of financial education in their lives, something I was so thankful to receive guidance on.
Nearly 30% of our Spend It Right associate team is made up of past high school participants who have now come to UBC looking to give back to our project. These are students, just like Angela, who have been empowered by our project in the past. As mentors, they are gaining further leadership, event planning, and oral presentation skills to aid both their professional and personal development.
Over the course of 5 months, 200 students were directly impacted through the 60 workshops hosted by our team of 28 student mentors. 8,500 people were indirectly impacted through the social media and in-person campaigns held by each of these students.
Through financial literacy workshop, an emphasis on sustainability, and a mentorship program that focuses on building connections and creating change, Spend It Right empowers high school students by giving them the tools they need to create something of their own at an early age.
Our next step is to meet with the Vancouver School Board to pitch our idea. This will ensure that more schools in Greater Vancouver have access to a youth empowerment program that promotes social entrepreneurship and fundamental business skills.
Spend It Right has been able to impact over 8 different communities across the Greater Vancouver. With what we accomplished just this year, we will continue to empower today's youth to become
the leaders of tomorrow. In the 2016 to 2017 year, our 90-member team has been working diligently to create meaningful impact in our community through our passion for social entrepreneurship. What we have presented today was only 3 of our 6 phenomenal projects.
We transformed an Indigenous entrepreneur's single-unit business into a profitable enterprise.
We raised $24,000 in funding to reduce UBC's carbon dioxide emission by over 100,000 kilograms per year.
We educated 200 students from 8 high schools in creating environmentally friendly businesses.
Curiosity, courage, change. We are
Enactus UBC.
The loan, microloan to the student, $100. So after we give them the $100, what happens after that?
Okay, so the $100 loan is aimed to create financially literate youth. So before we provide them with a loan, we actually provide the students with many workshops focused on things such as budgeting, financial tools such as the break-even analysis, profits, revenues, and loss, so that when they're given the loan, they're able to conduct market research and decide to invest their money in the best areas in order to advance their project. So they can either decide to invest this money into resources to grow their products, or they can decide to invest in fundraising in order to increase the money that they have in hand. Furthermore, these loans were actually all repaid by all 10 schools who participated in the project, which proves that this loan was actually successful in teaching them how to manage the money.
So it sounds like the Spend It Right program has been fairly successful for a few years. Can you guys describe some of the changes that you made last year as you were in the program?
So what we noticed last year was after the final competition, the school students would stop the projects. So what we wanted to do this year is try to make the project sustainable as possible. So one of the components that we added was at the final competition, the top teams were also given additional funding to help support their businesses to expand, such as one of the McNeil secondaries going to elementaries. But furthermore, we started partnering up with social entrepreneurs to provide them with additional mentorship where they can take their school project into an official social enterprise where they can grow it and maybe continue it to be sustainable.
Can you guys expand more on the Cactus Club partnership? Like, how is that going to work? Are you going to be purchasing used oil from them?
Yes, so some of our associates were actually past workers at Cactus Club Coal Harbor and have a very strong relationship with their managers. So from what we have gathered, Cactus Club Coal Harbor eliminates 100 liters of used cooking oils per day. So by partnering with them, if we were able to expand to the downtown community and purchase a processor that would be able to go in their underground facility, we're able to eliminate 100 liters of cooking oil waste and reduce Cactus Club Coal Harbor's waste disposal costs.
Great. So will they pay you for that service, or?
No, they will not. So by establishing the partnership, we will be able to get biodiesel directly from their location, and we will be able to transform the used cooking oil waste into biodiesel and use that to fuel other service trucks that perhaps run along the downtown community.
With your InStart program, I know you talked a lot about Corey, but is there other entrepreneurs that you've also helped with that program, or is she kind of the main client that you'd engage with?
This is the first year that we've run InStart, and with the successes that we've seen with helping Corey with her business, we've now reached out to 3 other entrepreneurs from the Aboriginal Mentorship Program, and we've also hired and trained 20 new consultants to help deal with this new workload.
Just adding on to that, so since it's our pilot year working with Corey, we now have basically we gained testimonials from Corey herself to legitimize our project InStart, and with that we are able to expand our company to bring in more clients in the future.
Can you discuss the Autism Work program and maybe some of the partnerships that you have in that field?
So Autism Work Entrepreneurs was another project that we took on. It's providing mentorship to those on the autism spectrum disorder. So this is a unique project because with working with those with autism, it's a different challenge that you face. So with this, we're able to build that one-on-one relationship, and many times those with autism sometimes get isolated in the community. So we want to bridge that gap and bring them out to be more confident and also have these businesses so they can be more sustainable. Because many times those with autism are unemployed, there's a high unemployment rate. So through entrepreneurship, we can empower them and also encourage them to continue on building on their entrepreneurial endeavors.
To add on to this, we're also getting support from Autism Nova Scotia, and we'll be collaborating with our 2 other consulting projects to see if we can gain some sort of community knowledge to help consult entrepreneurs in similar fields.
I can add on to that as well. So one of our entrepreneurs in the Autism Works entrepreneurship, he is actually a photographer for.
Time has expired. Judges, please.